Hello all, welcome to Coder. Let us solve the today's LeetCode daily challenge, and the problem is check if two string arrays are equivalent. Given two string arrays, word1 and word2, return true if the two arrays represent the same string and false otherwise. A string is represented by an array if the array elements concatenated in order forms the string. So in order, so there does not mean that can change the order and we can concatenate. While concatenating in order, whether we are forming two strings, which is two strings that are same. So you can see the word one array when we concatenated it forms ABC, and word two array when concatenated it forms ABC, and both are equivalent, we return true. Here the word forms as ACB, and here the word 2 forms ABC. It is not same, we return false. And here we form a string ABC DD EFG, and here you can see the word 2 also forms the same string ABC DD EFG, so we return true. So what will be the brute force and intuitive approach that comes to our mind? We can form the string itself, so we can have word 1 and word 2, two strings we can form. For auto, yes in my word1, and for auto w1 plus equal to yes, and for auto yes in my word2 w2 plus equal to yes, and we can just return w1 equal to w2, and this should get accepted. And this is the time complexity for the solution will be order of n into the n will be the number of words in the word one and word two, and m will be the number of number of length of the each word, n into m, and the space complexity is also order of n. So but how can we optimize this solution? There is a possibility to optimize the solution. Let us see that approach also as well. How we can optimize this approach? Here we are using an extra space. Obviously we want to traverse all those strings in word1 and word2, so we cannot reduce that time complexity, but we can reduce the space complexity. Instead of using another string, we can just have an pointers that is going to iterate over the strings on word1 and word2. Consider the pointers on the string word1 is going to be, now consider we are having two strings a b, here c, and in word2 there are strings a and b c. We want to have pointers that is going to travel for word1 and word2 array. Let us say that as word w1 index, and this is going to be w2 index. Each and every w1 index we are going to traverse, we are going to have a pointer which is going to traverse from that string, from that string starting point to the ending point. So let us say that I to be I equal to 0 and j equal to 0. It starts from I equal to 0 and j equal to 0. Whenever that string, whenever the strings, that is word1 of w1 index, that is word1 of w1 index reaches index dot size is equal to word1 of w1 index of j. What do I mean from this? Sorry, it is if my I reaches the word1 of w1 index dot size, then I should reinitialize I to be 0, I equal to 0, and I want to increment my w1 index plus plus. Hope you get it, because the next index is going next when I'm accessing my w1 wi1 index will become 1, and I should become 0 to access this c. So for each and every time we are going to do this, and when we are going to return true when all the strings are equal only. But that is that what do I mean from that? If I have reached the end of the array for word1, and if I have reached the end of the array for word2, and also I and j should have reached the end of that particular string, end of the length of that particular last string. If I have reached that, then I can say that all the characters are in order, and it will make yeah, make strings unique, make strings similar. So that is what I'm going to do that. So first we can have two indices, w1 index and w2 index. Int w1 index which is at 0, and similarly w2 index which is at 0 initially, and I will take the size of the array as well. I will take the m to be word1 dot size, and int n equal to word2 dot size, and I should have another pointer int I equal to 0 and j equal to 0. I is going to be traversed for word1 strings, and j is going to traverse for word2 strings. So for we can have a while loop while my w1 index is less than m, and similarly w2 index is less than n. Only at this case what we can do is we can go over the strings. First we can go over the strings, and what we can say is if my I have first we can get those two words, auto ampersand word1 is nothing but word1 of w1 index, and similarly auto ampersand word2. We are not taking any extra space for this word1. We are actually accessing at their reference itself word2 of w2 index. So we have got two words. We can get the size of the two words as well. Int w1 size is equal to w1 dot size, and int w2 size is equal to w2 dot size. So we have got the two words length. If my high has reached the w1 size, if my I has reached the w1 size, I have to initialize I to be 0, and my I have to increment my w1 index plus plus. Similarly, if my j has reached the w2 size, then what I should say is I have to, before that, if my I is less than w1 size, and if my j is less than w, sorry, before that what we can do is first what we are doing is we are starting from this I equal to 0 and j equal to 0. If my w1 size and w2 size we have got it, after we are getting that, we are actually checking whether I have reached the w1 size. If it is reached, then I equal to 0 I have set, and I have incremented w1 index plus plus. And similarly I am checking whether j has reached the w2 size. If I have reached, then I will initialize j equal to 0, and then I will increment w2 index plus plus. Now what I have to do is, so each and every time when I come into this while loop, I am going to check the character in the index I and j. So w1 of I is not equal to w2 of j. Then what I can do is I can just return false. If it is equal, obviously I can increment I, and I can increment I, and I can increment j. Once I have incremented I and j, if they have reached the end of the string for that particular index w1 index, then I will reinitialize I to be 0, and I will increment w1 index plus plus. And similarly j have reached the size of that particular string, then I will reinitialize j to be 0 and w2 index plus plus. And finally, if my w1 index have reached equal to m, and if my w2 index have reached n, then I can just return false. Sorry, just I can return true. So this will be my base case. So let us try to run our code now. Superb, it gets accepted. Let us try to use the example test cases as well. Let us submit the code for the example test cases. Okay, it gets accepted. I think I have not missed any cases now. We are traversing and each word I'm getting on that particular index, and I'm accessing w1 of I and w2 of j. If it is not equal, return false. Hence I increment I plus plus and j plus plus. I'm getting the size, and if they have reached the size of that particular string at that particular index, w1 index or w2 index respectively, I will be reinitializing ing. That's it. And I am checking whether I have reached the end of the words. If I have reached both the end of the words, I have traversed all words in word 1 and word 2 as well. There is no left out strings. So if it is true, then obviously I'm going to return true, or else I'm going to return false. So let us try to submit the code now. Superb, it gets accepted. The time complexity for the solution will be order of n, and the space complexity will be order of 1, since we are not using any extra space. Order of n in the sense the n will be the total length of the whole string when concatenated. Hope you like the solution. Let me know in the comments. Let us see in tomorrow's LeetCode Daily Challenge. Until then, bye.